These are days and nights of red and blood. Heroes will rise as the anchors fall.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Cypher, and today we're going to do our first episode of the Elder Scrolls Online Patched Up. In this series, we're basically going to be talking about future updates of the Elder Scrolls Online, as well as current updates and recent patches that have happened to the game. Now, there are two major topics that we're going to be talking about. The first one would be the console release of the Elder Scrolls Online, and the second one is going to be future expansions and updates that have been announced by ZeniMax for us. So, let's start off with the consoles. As many of you know, the consoles were planned to be released during June, but as we got close to June, people started to wonder why there haven't been any updates on console, any beta announcements, stuff like that, that were on the PC. So we got our answer 2 days ago. They announced that the console version of the Elder Scrolls Online is going to be postponed for another 6 months. Now, I'm not going to say I wasn't surprised that they pushed it forward. The only thing that was really surprised about was how long they pushed it. I guess if they weren't gonna get it during the summer, they wanted to get it during the holiday season because it's gonna be around Christmas. So that could be their reason why. Now there's two ways to look at this. You could say this sucks for anyone who planned to play on the console, but at the same time, there's a lot of good that you can find from this. One of them being is they kind of didn't hit the mark when it came to the PC launch. There were still a lot of issues in the game. But if ZeniMax pulls it together, gets all these updates and fixes over the next 6 months, and then release almost nearly perfect game on the console, they could really get back some of the points that they basically missed during the PC release. So what they said on their channel, on their website, we know that the news of an ESO console delay is disappointing to many of you as it is to us. We want to do what we can to make it up for our fans. So now they're offering a special offer for anyone who buys the game before June. Now, some people might say this is just a money grab to boost PC sales. We really don't know, but nevertheless, this looks like kind of a cool offer, but there is some negative sides to it as well. The offer is, if you buy the game before June on PC, once it's released on the console, you can pay $20 and eligible PC and Mac players will have the option to add a full digital version of ESO on either their PS4 or Xbox One with your character transferred, and another 30 days of free game time. So this is kind of vague. I'm not sure if it's a one-way transfer. Can you transfer and then play on each account separately? Do you pay separately? How does that work? So they still have to have a lot of stuff to answer when it comes to this. The negative thing about this is some players, not all players, but some players, they really like MMOs when they are first released because you get that sense of everyone is on a fresh start, everyone is on the same page, and you can compete to get to end game the quickest, or to get this item the fastest. Stuff like the competitive side of people like to be on equal grounds when the MMOs are first released. But what's going to end up happening is there's going to be some PC players, veteran rank 10s, veteran rank 12s, or whatever veteran rank they have by the time this is released, are going to be transferring to consoles, and it's going to be kind of iffy. You're going to have a lot of console players for the first time playing. They're level 3, and then you got a bunch of PC gamers coming in with their veteran rank. So that is kind of a turnoff for anyone who's expecting a fresh start. That also kind of does affect the economy of the console, because now it's like the PC economy is almost intertwined with the console economy, because at any time someone who has purchased the game before June could transfer their account over. So really we'll have to see how this turns out. I honestly think that this could be good in the long run for the game, because if you've seen the reviews, ESO was trashed. Like most of the reviews gave really bad scores for the Elder Scrolls Online. I personally love the game, but I can understand why some people did not find the game fun or enjoyable. But if ZeniMax does pull it together and release a 10 out of 10 console version of this game, they could really pull back this sinking ship. That's all I have to say about the console. Now let's talk about future expansions and ideas that ZeniMax has for the Elder Scrolls Online. This was posted on their website maybe a week ago or something like that. I just want to cover some of the really big things. One of them is a system that allows group players to see each other even when they're in different phases. This would really help the grouping system in Elder Scrolls Online. A lot of the times when you're grouped up with someone, sometimes they'll trip out, you'll be in a different phase, and all you'll see is an arrow of where that player is. But if you could actually see the person, then that would help the current system for grouping. The second one is a justice system. You can steal and kill NPCs and deal with the consequences if you are caught. Now, this could really turn out really, like, they could turn this into a really sandboxy feature if they do it right. I would love a system to where if someone, you know, gains a certain amount of, you know, hate or bounty or whatever, that they could be attacked by other players in their own faction. That would be cool if you could have villains and people trying to hunt down villains, stuff like that. And I really want to know what the consequences are if you're caught. So this could be a big game changer, and I hope they do it right. They really do need stuff like this in the game to make it more fun and make it more sandboxy instead of theme parky like how it is right now. Field of vision adjustment. This is needed for anyone who's trying to play in first person, because some people are complaining about headaches when they're trying to play in first person. Armor dying, that's not a big deal. Some people it is. A new region of Craglorn, so a new trial. That's cool. The trials I think are going to be released really soon in the next patch, so that's something I'm looking forward to. Increased ability to pick up items in the world. Now, just looking at these updates that they have, you can really tell that ZeniMax is reading the criticism with an open brain. Like, a lot of the stuff that they have for the future updates of Elder Scrolls Online is stuff that people complained about on their reviews. So it's good that they're listening, but the only part is, okay, you can listen, but if you don't implement, then there's no point. So they need to implement these and do them right. One big question mark I had is spell crafting. They said that they're going to have spell crafting. Now, some of you have played Morrowind before. You can see how this might end up terrible for balancing, because spell crafting can be taken way out of proportion and you can do a lot of things. Now, they need to make sure that this is balanced, because right now the PvP is not really balanced right now. Recently they nerfed vampires, so that helps. There's still shield bashing, and I'm not gonna say that I haven't shield bashed with my Dragon Knight, because it's really fun, but they did say that they're gonna put a cooldown on shield bashing to like 3 seconds. That's good, but they need to be careful with spellcrafting, because it could be a whole different ball game if they put spellcrafting and have to fix up all the different things that can happen from spellcrafting. Horse racing, that's cool. I can see it like a cool mini game that people do. It's always good to have mini games like this in MMOs, because sometimes when you're just tired of questing, PvP and grinding, going through dungeons, you want some fun stuff to do. Dragonstar Arena. Now, this is not an arena like the arena we're thinking about, like the player versus player arena. This is similar to Trials, but built for a group of 4. So it's gonna be, I'm guessing it's gonna be, you know, timed just like how Trials are, but it's a group of 4. Improvements to fishing, crafting, better group system, better NPC facial animations. Now that's gonna help. A lot of people were complaining that the NPCs have spectacular voice acting, but their actual like movements with their mouse, with their mouth and their hands and stuff was kind of dead. So that's gonna help. What else do they got? Awards you when you repeat dungeons. That's a big one, because dungeons are right now, they're basically like a one-time thing. There's no point to repeat them because you don't gain as much XP. If they award you with good XP, then that's going to be something good for people who like to repeat content. Here's the big one though. Now, if some of you have heard about Nightmare Zone, Imperial City PvP dungeon. This is great because right now in PvP, there's the keeps and the resources, but it's getting kind of old really fast. A lot of people it's repetitive. If they implement this Imperial City PvP dungeon and make it really good, then I can see PvP picking back up again. One suggestion that I want to make, a lot of people don't like the idea of dueling because it's going to take away from PvP in Cyrodiil. Now, I'm not saying we need a whole dueling system with ranks and bonuses and stuff, but I really do think that you should be able to just do like a friendly duel with your own alliance, and basically, like, when they go down to 1% health, they'll just drop on their knees and the fight will be over. But if you want to make this and then also not take away from Cyrodiil, they should make it to where inside the keeps, the safe keeps that are not being attacked, that you own, you can challenge other players inside the keeps and, you know, just practice your PvP. That will bring more keep activity and that will bring more people into PvP. So that's a bonus for everyone. That's all. That's my idea. So if you guys like that idea, comment below. What are your opinions about the console delay and about the future updates of the Elder Scrolls Online? This has been the first episode of ESO Patched Up. My name is Cypher. I will see you guys soon.